Stacy here with Bluebird Paper and Thread. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My channel is on my hobbies, which is cross-stitching, a little bit of sewing, hopefully a little bit of quilting, eventually my paper crafts, which is card making. I like to do gift card holders and treat boxes, things like that, a little bit of scrapbooking, but I probably won't do any videos on that. If you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you're notified when I upload a video. Like the video. I love to read comments. Comment if you will. I would really appreciate it. If you are returning, welcome back. It's really warm here today. This is the second time I have tried to record this video. I sat down early afternoon about 1:30, and my lovely little air conditioner here is not working. It's broken. It won't even turn on now. At least last week it tried to push out air and nothing would come out, and now it just nothing. It's dead. So I'm a little irritated about that. But I was sitting here and literally sweat was rolling down my back, and I thought I need to go in. I started watching back the video and I'm like, I need to just wait and do this all over again. So that is what I'm doing. I had this week a fully finished object that I will show you here in a moment. I also got a new start in, which is also part of my haul. So we will talk about that in a little bit. I didn't do a lot of stitching on a bunch of different projects today or this week because I was focusing on one project in particular in the evenings. I wanted to move that forward, and I'll show you in a second. So there's that. Work this week, being back the first week after vacation, it's always rough, and especially when you've been off for a couple of weeks for vacation. I was off a couple of weeks, I think January of 2021 when I got COVID for the first time. I was out for the 10 days then, and that was a little bit easier to go back because you're tired of being at home and not feeling well and you just want to get back to work. This time I don't even want to go back to work. If I could have just stayed, like, I'm going, I'll see you never, that would have been okay. Not really, but it wasn't so bad this time going back. I didn't get as much accomplished at work as I had hoped, but it's okay. Work will be there next week, and the week after that, and the week after that, and the week after that. So it'll all get done eventually. This week I fully finished my, Star Spangled Ornaments. And I'm loving them. I tried to put cup hooks in. I've got about 3 inches of space where my windows are that I could put cup hooks and then hang things on the inside of the window frame. And I tried to do that earlier today, and there are things that are in the way and I couldn't get it screwed in, so I think I need to pull out my drill, and it was getting hot. I just thought, I'm not going to do this today. But this is what it looks like, what one of them looks like. So I backed this with a little bit of batting on a sticky circle from Fat Quarter Shop. I added a little bit of rickrack around the edge and then the bow, glued it all in. I did do a video on finishing these. It's one of my first videos where I've actually shown finishing a project. So it uses a lot of the glue gun, and when I'm setting it down, it does sound like I'm throwing it down on the table, and I'm really not. It just, the microphone picked it up and it sounds pretty loud. But I'm going to do my best to edit that video and see if I can't make it something that can be watched without freaking out too much with your like earbuds or something like that, because I do set it down and it is pretty loud. So we'll see. I have to record an intro for that one and take a photo of my finished project. So I did get that finished this week, and it felt pretty darn good. So, there's that. Stitching this week in my whips. I worked on my monthly weigh-in by Stitching with the Housewives. This club I purchased through Fat Quarter Shop. So every month I'm getting a chart. I'm stitching this on, I believe it's the called for fabric. .28 count tea-dyed Monaco. I have finished the month name, September. And I got the pumpkin, the orange pumpkin done and the white pumpkin started. I did purchase this finishing piece from Paisleys and Polka Dots, and I've decided to paint where it's the teal minty color. I decided to paint that a navy blue. I've got actually two navies that I'm gonna pick from, and so I'll be painting it navy and probably an antique white or an antique ivory. I just, not that I don't love this color, I do, I just wanted something a little different. So that's what I decided to do. The chart comes with the called for flosses, which is Classic Colorworks. So that's helpful too. So the only thing that I needed to purchase outside of the pattern and the floss was the fabric. You need to buy, it'll tell you, there is on the website a fabric cutting diagram, and it tells you need 2 packages cut this way, 2 packages cut this way, and 1 package cut this way. I think I either overbought. No, I didn't overbuy, because 2, 4, 5, and I wound up having 1 package, and then I bought 3 more, so I wound up with 4 total. I still have 1 complete package that hasn't been opened yet. So I cut mine, excuse me, a little smaller, an inch smaller than these dimensions indicate, and I was able to get them cut on 3, using only 3 packages. I know I'm not going to have this one done by the end of September. I've just got too many whips going on. So with this series, I'm just going to be stitching it when I want to stitch it. When they're done, they're done. I do want them on the board, either on the shelf that I'm going to put up here above my air conditioning unit, or up here. Maybe if I wanted to see it over here, I've got a shelf over here on the other side of the wall, the room. So we'll see how that all goes. Finishing the whole year of celebration charts last week, last week, I really decided that I needed to focus on my Country Cottage Needleworks Cottage of the Month series. So I've been working on October for, I don't even know how long. So I pulled it out and I made this my morning stitch this week. And what I did is I worked on the pumpkins and the tree and the leaves, and I started on the word October. And I just noticed I did not cross my crosses. Isn't that funny? I will go in and do that. So I made some progress on this. I have maybe 5 more to do after this, maybe 6. I don't remember off the top of my head. I am stitching these on a couple different fabrics. This one is I have 6 more to do. I don't know what fabric that is. I don't think I kept the fabric piece. Yeah, I don't know what fabric this one is. It is a linen from Witchell, I believe. I don't like it personally because I feel like the weave is very loose on it. Now, I like it when it's done. It looks just fine. But the weave, it's a very loose weave, and that bugs me a little bit. You can kind of see through it. So I looked in my stash, and I decided to give the Witchell linen in clay barn gray a try for the next 6. They're not going to be displayed together, so it doesn't really matter. The tone of the fabric is similar. The weave, it seems like it's a little tighter than on the first one that I picked, but it's still a looser weave. But just to use the fabrics up, this particular linen is not my favorite, the Witchell premium fabric. Maybe it's because it's 28 count. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe I would like it better if it was a smaller count. I mean, a bigger count so my stitches would be smaller. I don't know. So I pulled that out and gave it some attention every morning this week, most mornings. My temperature cross stitch, I finished August and obviously started September. This is designed by Fat Quarter Shop. It's a Fat Quarter Shop exclusive. I love the heart design. You record your lows, your highs, whichever you want, or an average. I'm doing the high of every day of where I live, not where I'm at if I'm traveling, where I live, and then I'm using the hot range. Now, 93 and above is just one color, and oftentimes in September and October we get over like 96. We get to like 100. One time it was like 117. You know, we can get pretty warm. I don't know if that'll happen this year, but anything's possible. So I wanted some options. I went to the store and I picked up a couple, I think 3 additional red colors. So this is the floss pack that I picked up through Fat Quarter Shop. She was saying that she was going to probably use the same floss pack. I don't know. And I added these reds. These are all the colors that I don't use. It doesn't get that cold here. So I picked up those, and I added the 321. So this is where the chart ends, and then I added this color. It's a little deeper red. I know it's a little bit more blue, but it's okay. And I'm stitching this on 28 count Lugana in Cloud by Lori Holt. And that's where I'm at. So you can see here's August, and then I started in on September down here. I think it's very interesting, and I'm having a fun time stitching it. So we'll see. Right now I'm leaning towards not doing another one for next year. Partly because I have wall space that is very limited. I would want to keep this one up. I am going to date this down on the side of the heart. On one of the sides of the heart, I'm going to put 2023. So at least I know what year that was. But I don't know that I'm going to do it again next year. We'll see. Although I did see somebody bought a temperature chart on Etsy, and it was a tree. So it had the tree trunk and 12 branches coming off of the tree, and then each leaf represented a day. That one was kind of interesting. So I might look into that, although I'm going back to stitching it. And this is a commitment, making sure and remembering to look up every day what the temperature is, even if I'm not going to stitch it, to look it up. And I've looked it up. There have been a couple of times where I've missed a day or two, but the website they give only gives you a 3-day history. So if you go past 3 days, then what? I don't know where I would go to get the temperature for that day that I missed. So I don't know. On the flip side of that coin, I'm already in the habit of recording every night, so why wouldn't I? We'll see. The Simple Life SAL. This is the one I spent the most time on this week in the evenings. We've received all 6 sections of the pattern, and Teresa Kogut has finished hers. So she's sending it off to the framer, and when it comes back, then she will photograph it and then release the pattern. So it's coming. I am finishing up month 3, which was over here. I am stitching this on the called for fabric by Cedar River, and it's 40 count overcast linen. And I love this linen. It's so pretty. So nice to stitch on. And this is where I'm at. So this week I worked on finishing the flowers, and then I brought the border down. So the flowers are in a basket sitting on the roof of a house. So that'll be the next section. I've got a couple trees, a couple of bees to finish, and then the house and the basket, and then I'll be moving on to section 4. So it's coming along. Now that I have it, you know, the end, I know how wide it's going to be, and I love it. I'm so excited. I'll put some time in on this again this week. I don't know if it'll be every night. I would like to work on this year's birthday SAL and last year's birthday SAL too, or pull out another project that I haven't worked on in a while. So we'll see. Oh, that's new. Stitching Seasons, Autumn, by Stitching with the Housewives. This is a kit through Fat Quarter Shop. I know spring and summer they said was sold out. I believe they said they still have some kits available for autumn. The kit comes with the called for flosses, the fabric, 28 count thin white pine board Evenweave by Flair. It's already pre-cut, which is awesome. Of course, the chart. A little pamphlet giving you finishing information and information in case you need to buy additional stuff or you want to buy additional. And then the finishing fabric, which is Priscilla's Plaids. The others I think were Chelsea's Checks, so that one's Priscilla's Plaid. And then Kimberly from Fat Quarter Shop showed a sneak peek of winter. She's stitching up winter, and she just has part of the word done, but I think it's going to be really fun. Anyway, so I finished the house with the exception of right in through here. I have flowers and a couple of leaves. And then up through here, I think there's some leaves and flowers as well. I'd like to get this done by the end of September, or close to being done by the end of September, so I can finish that board and get it out so I can enjoy it. The winter, my goal will not be to finish it before Christmas. It'll probably be finish it by the end of January. We'll see. Something came in the mail today from them, and I'm thinking it might be winter. I'm not sure. And that's it for whips. Haul. Teresa Kogut posted on her Patreon group her chart, or her ornament chart. She does an ornament every month for $5. So I picked it up. I think it's super cute. And I picked up, or actually this came, Bike Shop. Country Cottage Needleworks, Beach Boardwalk, the Bike Shop. So that came. That came actually last week, but I misplaced it somehow. It just didn't get shown. And then this is what I ordered while I was on vacation, as if I wasn't spending enough money at the LNS's. I ordered Autumn Days ornaments. It's a booklet put out by Fat Quarter Shop. They're designed through It's So Emma. I am stitching this on the called for, which is 28 count parchment Evenweave. The way I cut the fabric, one package was enough. And I went ahead and got the thread pack, of course. You know how I just do that for ease of making sure that I can start when I want to start. Beautiful color. This color is Kentucky Bluegrass by Weeks Dye Works. It's so pretty. So I got a start and almost finish on Pumpkin Patch. Falling Leaves. That leaf color is Classic Colorworks Marmalade, and it is the perfect fall leaf color. I'm not sure it's really translating through the lens of the camera, but it's the perfect shades of orange. Just love it. And then apple picking. So what I do is whatever thread is left on my needle, when I'm done with it for the one that I was working on before, I find the next pattern and I start using it for that. So this is why apple picking looks like this. And then I have pumpkin pie. And that's all I got started on that. This is a stitch that I do when I'm waiting for, when I get home before my husband, so I sit down if I'm not cooking, which, let's be honest, I don't cook. I will work on this while I'm waiting for him, just because I want to get it done. I like it a lot. And that's it. Really low key this week because I worked so much on Simple Life. I have winners for last week's giveaway. Ink Circles Assembly Required and Celebrate Harvest with Thy Needle and Thread. I really think I want to kit this one up. So, excuse me, Ink Circles. I will have my email listed in the description box below. So if you will please email me with your address, I will get these out as soon as I can. So Ink Circles Assembly Required goes to Missy Bailey, Missy Bailey, Bailey, which is my daughter's name. Missy Bailey, so congratulations. And Brenda Gervais Celebrate Harvest goes to Lisa Haley, Lisahaley. Congratulations. Ladies, if you will email me, I will put these together. If I can get my husband to go to the post office on Wednesday, if he's off work, they'll drop in the mail on Wednesday. Otherwise, it'll probably be next weekend. Anyways, that is it. I hope that you have a great rest of the weekend. Tomorrow we are celebrating my birthday and my husband's birthday. My birthday was August 22nd. We were out of town. My husband's birthday was this past Thursday. So we just decided to combine them, and that'll be just fine. And we're looking forward to spending some time with family and having dinner and cake and ice cream and that kind of thing. So that's what we'll be doing this weekend. And I hope to get some stitching in the mornings. I need to start walking in the mornings. I used to walk for years with my dog, and I don't have my dog anymore. Although I must be honest and say that my dad's been passed away about 6 years ago, and it was about the time he passed away that I kind of stopped walking, and I tried to pick it up again, and it just I never did it like I had done before. And then my dog got old, and she couldn't move around so much, and then, you know, excuses are better than actually getting up and doing it. So I've kind of decided that this week I really need to, maybe not every day to start out, but if I could get up and out walking 2 to 3 days this week, that would probably be very good for me. So my doctor would be really happy. So I think I'm going to work on that, start focusing a little bit more on getting healthy, maybe losing a little bit of weight, exercising, just to see if I can't, I don't know, not get to a point where I need a bunch of medications. I'm not there yet. But as I'm getting older, I'm realizing that if I don't get back to doing what I was doing when the kids were younger, I may be on medications. So that's the goal for this week, is to get out and walk a couple of times at least in the morning. And I bet once I do, I will really enjoy it. I love walking first thing in the morning. I get up and I try to get out between like 6:15 and 6:30 in the morning, and I walk about a half an hour. And it's cool, it's calm, nobody's out, there's not a lot of people out with their dogs. You see the same people every time you're out, so that's really nice. I like it much better than walking in the afternoon or the evening, because there's a lot of people, a lot more distractions, a lot more animals out. So I would really like to, I really enjoy the morning time. It's just a really great way to get your day going. So that is my goal. Stay tuned for next week and see if I did it. Because I thought I was going to do it this week, and I thought, no, let's just stitch. So Anyways, that's it for me. I hope you have a great week coming up. Get lots of stitchy time in, and we will talk to you then. Happy stitching.